This active tip will help you explore the differences between the eraser tool and the magic ink tool in ActivInspire. So let's think of it as a fight, and you can be the judge as to who the winner is, the eraser or the magic ink tool. So let's let the fighting begin. Alright, let's look first at the eraser tool. Because in Active Studio, we had just the eraser tool. Now the eraser tool is a little bit different here in ActivInspire. The eraser works on annotations that are written on your page. And remember, an annotation is anything that's used with the pen tool or the highlighter. Shapes, or the shape tool, or the connector tool, or the text, they're not annotations, so the eraser will not work with them. Now the eraser will work in two ways. It'll erase or completely get rid of an annotation, or it can actually break an annotation into separate objects. So to use the eraser, I'm going to go over here to my eraser tool. I'm going to click on it, and I already have the size selected, but you could use your size toggle to change the size of the eraser. And first off, I'm going to go ahead and just erase right here. You notice it erased all of it, and if I go back to my selector tool, it's totally gone. Now I'm going to undo a step. Now what I could do is get my eraser tool and just erase this middle section right here. And what it's actually done is create these into separate objects that can now be moved around. So it's a way to break up an annotation into two different annotations. Now breaking up annotations you may like or you may not like, and you may want things to continue to move together. And this can be changed in the settings. So if you go right here to your Studio settings, and then you go to Flip Chart Objects, there's a button right here for automatic annotation grouping. If it's checked, your annotations will group together. If it's not checked, like I have, they're not going to group together. Although I think some of the easiest way to get rid of all annotations is to go to your spray bottle and then go to Clear Annotations. So that's a little bit about the eraser tool. In the other corner, the newcomer in the group is our Magic Ink tool. Now let's look at him. Magic Ink will make any top layer object invisible. Or another way to put it is it'll put a magic layer or a mask on top of anything on the top layer. Doesn't matter what it is, so long as it's on the top layer. Now we know that annotations automatically go to the top layer. So if I make a pen mark right here, I know it's on the top layer, and I'm going to use my Magic Ink tool, which I have right here under More Tools and Magic Ink. Now you could put this on your toolbar if you wanted. Very simple, just add it to your toolbar. I'm going to go ahead and start using it. Now it looks almost exactly like the eraser tool. But here's the difference. If I get my Select tool, I can actually move that Magic Ink around on the page. And if I go to my object browser, I can see right here it is an object on the page. Whereas the eraser is not an object, the eraser just gets rid of things. The Magic Ink actually adds this layer to the page. So let's explore this in a little more detail on the next page. And hopefully this will really help you understand it. What I have here are two identical things. I have annotations, these black boxes right here. I have text below it. I have two pictures of ladies. And I have a blue box or a blue rectangle, rounded rectangle, and a red rounded rectangle. Everything here on the left is on the middle layer. Everything here on the right is on the top layer. So let's see what happens when I use the eraser versus the Magic Ink on both of these ladies. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and pin down my object browser so we can check it out. And you can see the things in the top layer, the things in the middle layer, and then my bottom layer background. So let's start with the eraser. Now, quizzing you at home, what does the eraser work on? That's right. I feel like Blue's Clues. It works on annotations. So over here on this box, it should not work on the box. It doesn't. It won't work on this image. It won't work on the text, but it will get rid of that annotation. Now, these are all in the middle layer, but it should do the same thing. But notice one thing. Notice that pen 7. That's that pen mark right here. I'm going to try it on the box, and it doesn't work. Try it on the image, it doesn't work. But I'm going to try it on here. Doesn't do the text, but it does get rid of the annotation. Now if I go ahead and break it down the middle, look what it did. It created two different pen marks. And if I get rid of it totally, the pen marks are totally gone. So it will totally erase it. And it did the same with the pen mark on the top layer. So that's the eraser. Let's reset the page, and let's try the magic ink. Now again, thinking at home, what's going to happen here? Alright, gave you time to think about it. Now let's find out. So here on the middle layer, I'm going to click it and nothing happens. Even though there's annotations and shapes and images and text, doesn't matter. Now you'll notice that it did create a pen mark right here. So there is magic ink right here on the page. It's just doing nothing. Now if I go ahead and make a new magic ink over here on the top layer, it's going to put a film over everything. Or it's going to put that magic ink over everything because everything there was on the top layer. And you'll notice that there it is right here. My new magic ink mark. And again, this can be moved. So this magic ink can be moved left and right. It's an image on my screen just like everything else. I could even delete this magic ink and then bring over this magic ink. It'll do the same thing. So hopefully this has helped you understand the differences between the eraser tool and the magic ink tool. And going back to the start, I'm going to let you decide who the winner is. In the left corner we have our old friend the eraser tool, in the right corner we have our new friend the magic ink tool, or maybe the real winner is you, because you have two choices now in ActivInspire on how you want to erase things or use the magic ink tool. Enjoy.